we enter Ayodhya Kanda, the glorious story of Ramayana. Just listening to Ramayanam is a sadhana. The whole story of Ramayana is very symbolic of one's own journey, the spiritual journey. Also, it has all pointers for right conduct, which is essential for any sadhaka, any bhakta. Therefore, just listening to Ramayana from beginning to end is a complete sadhana by itself, complete meditation by itself. We enter Ayodhya Kanda. So we saw how Ram and Sita got married and they came back to Ayodhya. And after that, Ram was assisting Dasharatha in ruling the kingdom. And he was so beloved of all. He was the epitome of all good qualities. The entire kingdom was so happy and celebrating Ram in every way. He was always taking care of any need of the citizens. He was always having a smile on his face, never finding fault with anyone, always encouraging people to do the right thing, and thereby setting the right example for everyone to how to live. And he was ruling, or helping rather, Dasharatha to rule very piously. So everyone eventually wanted Ram to be the king. And Dasharatha was very happy to do so. So he consulted with Vasishta and they decided to coronate Ram as the crown prince. Once he is made the crown prince, then he can be officially made into the king soon after. So he was going to be coronated as the crown prince. Vasishta picked a date which was very near and everyone was happy. As soon as it was announced, the whole kingdom was celebrating. Everybody was rapturous. When this was all happening, Mantara, the attendant or the helper of Kaikeyi, she got news of it and she got very jealous about this because Kaikeyi's son Bharata was dear to her and she wanted to poison Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi herself was very happy. In fact, she also considered Ram her own son and Ram considered her and Sumitra as Kausalya, his mother. And everybody was happy, but Mantara went and poisoned Kaikeyi by saying that if Ram becomes the king, then you will be relegated. All the high honor will be given only to Kausalya and you will be considered like a servant and therefore you have to stop this somehow. Kaikeyi first completely dismisses Mantara, but Mantara poisons her by speaking more and more in this vein. That's what is the effect of Dussanga. Just as Satsanga elevates us, Dussanga brings us down. So because of the Dussanga of Mantara, Kaikeyi got poisoned. The one who was happy and elated that Ram is going to become the crown prince was now completely angry and she threw a huge fit. Dasharatha was of course very fond of her. So when he heard that Kaikeyi was unhappy, he ran to her quarters and she made a big scene. She refused to talk to Dasharatha. So Dasharatha was on his knees saying to her, I'll do whatever you want. And then Kaikeyi reminded him that he had told her that he would give her 2 boons because she had helped him in a very dire circumstance long back in a war. So Dasharatha was reminded of that and Dasharatha was of course more than happy. He said, you don't have to even remind me, whatever you want I'll do. No, she said, I need those 2 boons. And then she said, though they are, one is Ram has to be sent to forest for 14 years and my son Bharata has to be made the crown prince. Hearing this, Dasharatha was shocked, shattered. He completely did not expect this at all. So he falls down almost unconscious. Meanwhile, Ram is getting prepared for getting coronated as the crown prince. He's observing a fast, and Kausalya is doing the worship of the family deity. They have the family deity as Ranganatha, which is the deity in Srirangam now. And they do worship and observing fast and following all the right protocols. And the next morning, when everybody is ready for the coronation, they don't find Dasharatha, so the attendants go and find him in Kaikeyi's quarters, and they find that he is unable to even speak. And Kaikeyi says, "Go and call Ram here." And then when Ram comes there, Kaikeyi speaks because Dasharatha is unable to even utter the words. She tells him that your father wants these two things. And when she says that, Ram, again exemplifying the highest principle of complete acceptance, sacrifice, and honor, he said to Kaikeyi, you don't have to even say that father says it. You can say it, mother, I will do whatever you want. Bharat is dearer to me than myself. So Bharat becoming the crown prince is a source of great joy. And I am very happy to go to the forest. So he instantly, with a smile, comes out and tells Sita that I have to go to the forest now as per the command of my father, because it's the father's command that Kaikeyi communicates in this way. And Sita, again exemplifying a perfect woman, she says, so be it. She did not complain that we were supposed to be the crown prince and the wife of the crown prince, and now suddenly we are going to the forest. The entire change in the circumstance in a matter of minute was accepted with a smile by Sita too. The only demand Sita had was, I will also come with you. And Ram did not agree of it initially, but Sita made a convincing case that it is right for me to be with you. And therefore Sita insisted, and Ram eventually agrees. And same with Lakshman. Lakshman also wants to go, and Sumitra tells Lakshman that you have to go with Ram and be always his eyes and protect him and Sita. And Ram again only reluctantly agrees. He initially doesn't want anyone to go. He wants to go alone. But both Sita and Lakshman insist, and therefore they join him. And the news spreads like wildfire in Ayodhya, and everybody is shocked. Everybody is very angry at Manthara and Kaikeyi, but they are also in tears that this is all happening. They are worried. The whole town, which was in celebration, festivities, suddenly becomes like a place where a death has happened. Everybody is in great gloom. Meanwhile, Ram leaves very quietly. He wants to leave along with Sita and Lakshman calmly, and so he asks the charioteer to take them to the edge of the city from where he could just go. But when he goes by the chariot, everybody comes along. The whole city, crowds just come along, and they are not able to go. So Ram asks them to go back. Nobody goes back. It is such a sweet episode where everybody goes to the banks of Sarayu, and the nightfall comes. Everybody sleeps there. The whole crowd is sleeping there, and they all want to just be with Ram. They say, we'll all come with you to the forest. So Ram decides that this is not going to be possible. So in the middle of the night, he wakes up the charioteer and he says, take the chariot, silently take it as if towards the city, so that marks are there going towards the city, and then turn around and take a hidden path and get out. And charioteer Sumantra does exactly that. And then in the morning, everybody gets up. They're looking for Ram. He's not there. They're looking for the chariot marks. It goes somewhere towards the city and it vanishes. They all realize that Ram has left them. and they are cursing fate for the fact that they couldn't go to the forest with Ram. They don't know where he has gone, and they are going to suffer for 14 years being away from Ram, the entire citizenry of Ayodhya. Meanwhile, Ram goes with Sita and Lakshman, and the charioteer takes them all the way to Shringaverapur, where they meet Guha. That's where Sumantra, in fact, turns back because that's the edge of the river Ganga. And Guha, the great friend of Ram, eventually, he welcomes Ram, Lakshman, and Sita, gives them great hospitality. He is just a tribal king, but Ram treats him with so much love, and he is so moved by it. He offers them great hospitality, but Ram refuses to take any food because he has sworn that he would just eat fruits and bulbs and roots and so on for the entire 14 years. So he just takes Ganga water and sleeps for the night. And the next morning, Guha takes Ram, Sita, and Lakshman as instructed by a boat across river Ganga. This is the place of the Triveni Sangam, which is the present day Prayagraj, of where Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati meet. And there they go to the ashram of Bharadwaj. And in Bharadwaj's ashram, they are all welcomed, and Bharadwaj hosts them. Again, he offers good food and everything, but Ram simply eats very simple stuff, and Ram takes his blessings, and then he asks Bharadwaj, this is what I'm supposed to do, is to be in the forest. So please tell me, where shall I go? He, knowing Bharadwaj to be the great sage, he wants the blessings of Bharadwaj to find the right place to live for the next 14 years. And Bharadwaj tells Ram, you go to the other side of the river, go a little further. There is a beautiful place called Chitrakut, which is filled with many great renunciates who are living there. They have taken abode in the forest there, and it's a very peaceful forest, and you can live there, and you can spend your vanvas there. So Ram accordingly goes with Sita and Lakshman. After offering prayers to Mother Ganga, Sita offers prayer to Mother Ganga, saying that I'll come back after 14 years and offer prayers to you. And then they all go, cross, reach Chitrakut, and begin their vanavas. And this is how Ayodhya Kanda ends. And with this begins the stay in the forest, which is the Aranya Kanda.